Welcome, children. Today I want to explain the poem Childhood by Marcus Nathan. Marcus Nathan is the name of the poet who has composed this emotional, beautiful and emotional poem. When did my childhood go? Children, while growing up, your mind also develops logically. You become more and more matured. You want to ask so many questions and you immediately want to get answers. But when you do not get the required answers, your mind seems to be upset and restless. It wants to get all the necessary answers. Immediately, this has happened in this poem. When did my childhood go? This is a refrain. A refrain is a line in a poem which is repeated so many times, several times. When did my childhood go is the question which has been repeated three times, thrice in this poem. So it is an example of refrain, REFRAIN. When did my childhood go? He wants to know when he lost his childhood actually. He is convinced of the fact that his childhood has disappeared. It is no longer with him. But he wants to know the exact time when he lost his childhood. Was it the day I ceased to be 11? CEASED, ceased, stopped. It means stopped. Did he lose his childhood when he stopped being an 11-year-old boy? Did it happen that time? He is asking this question to himself. Was it the time I realized that hell and heaven could not be found in geography? He tried to find the places called hell and heaven in some geography books, but he did not find them. Did he lose his childhood that day when he did not find the places called hell and heaven in any map or in any geography book? And therefore could not be, because he was unable to locate them in any map or in any geography book. So he thought they did not have any existence. B here means to exist. He naturally came to the conclusion that they had no existence, they did not exist. Was that the day? Once again he wants to know. When he realized that hell and heaven are the places which are just imaginary, they do not have real existence anywhere in any corner of this world or in any book. Did he lose his childhood that day? Children, let us note the rhyming scheme of this poem. A, B, B, C, C, D. A, B, B, C, C, D. Here in the first stanza, we find an example of rationalism. He asks some questions to himself, some logical questions to himself. He wants to get the right answers. And what is rationalism? The principle or practice of basing opinions or actions on reason and knowledge, not on beliefs and emotional response. This is called rationalism. So, in the first stanza, we find some questions which are related to rationalism, which are logical. When did my childhood go? Once again he asks this question to himself. Refrain. Remember, was it the time I realized that adults were not all they seemed to be? He had seen several adults. His mother, his father, his uncle, and other persons. He had observed their behavior keenly and had come to the conclusion that they were not all they seemed to be. Their behavior was different from what they showed. This is an example of hypocrisy. Hypocrisy in Hindi is called pakhand. Now in English I want to explain it. Hypocrisy, behavior in which somebody pretends to have moral standards and opinions which he actually does not have. Behavior in which somebody pretends to have moral standards or opinions which he actually does not have. Pakhand in Hindi you can call it. All this seems to be. They talked of love and preached of love. He had found many adults talking about love, talking of love, but their personal behavior never displayed, never showed, never evinced any love. They preached of love. They used sermons to talk about, to preach about love. To preach means to sermonize. Sermonize is a word which is sometimes used in a negative way. They talked about different kinds of love, different aspects of love, different types of beauty related to love. But when he observed their behavior carefully, he came to the conclusion that there was a wide gap between their words and their actions, but did not act so lovingly. They talked about love, but their behavior, their actions were very far from the truth of love. That is why we can say confidently that in this stanza, second stanza of this poem, we find an example of hypocrisy. Was that the day? Now he wants to know whether he lost his childhood the day when he found the wide gap between the behavior and actions of adults, whose behavior and actions he had observed very keenly, Keenly. Where did my childhood go? Once again he asks himself this question. Was it when I found my mind was really mine? Here we are talking about his individuality. What is individuality? The qualities that make somebody or something different from other people or things. The qualities that make somebody or something different from other people or things. This is known as individuality. When did my childhood go? Once again, this refrain has been used. Was it when I found my mind was really mine? There came a time in his life when he discovered that his mind was capable of thinking or producing original thoughts. And those thoughts belonged to his world, belonged to his mind. Those thoughts did not belong to anybody else. His thoughts were his own, to use whichever way I choose. His mind was able to produce those thoughts which were his own thoughts, not belonging to others. And he was able to use his mind whichever way he chose it to use. He did not depend upon others for guidance. His mind was sufficient to guide him, producing thoughts that were not those of other people. In fact, his mind had started producing those thoughts which did not belong to other people. Did he lose his childhood that day? When his mind became logical, when his mind started producing his original thoughts, he wants to know, where did my childhood go? Children, in the third stanza, we find an example of individuality. Where did my childhood go? Now, the adverb when, which you find in The previous three stanzas has disappeared here. In its place, the narrator has used the adverb where. Where did my childhood go? He wants to know where his childhood has gone, where his childhood had gone. It went to some forgotten place. He asks this question to himself and himself answers this question. It went to some forgotten place. He actually does not know the name of the place where his childhood has gone. That is why he used the adjective forgotten here. That's hidden in an infant's face. But whenever he sees an infant, in the face of that infant he finds his lost childhood. In the face of any innocent infant, he seems to find his lost childhood. So where has his childhood gone? It went to some forgotten place that is hidden in an infant's face. That's all I know. He knows only this, that his childhood is hidden in an infant's face. He is quite convinced of the fact that his childhood has got separated from him. It is no longer with him. It is hidden in an infant's face. Whenever he looks at the face of an infant, he finds his childhood there. And this is the knowledge he had gained. Thank you, children.